Hey there, South Georgia. Thanks so much for staying tuned with us throughout the day. We are bringing you a breaking news report right now. All day we have been telling you about breaking news in East Albany. There was a standoff between a suspect and police, and now that suspect is in custody. I'm going to take you right out to the scene where we have James Irvin, our reporter who's been on the story all day. James, what can you tell us? What new information do you have?
Well, Mac, what I can tell you is that a man barricaded himself inside a home here on Roosevelt Avenue, potentially after he was being served multiple arrest warrants. He barricaded himself after multiple conveniences between the Dougherty County Sheriff's Office, and the SWAT team ended up coming out here as well. They were able to bring the suspect in custody. I'm here with Sheriff Taryn Hayes and Albany Police Chief Michael Pursley. Sheriff, how did this all get started?
Well, the deputies from the Sheriff's Office responded out to 1414 Roosevelt in reference to a wanted person from information that they received, and upon making contact with the resident there, they were able to enter the residence. The suspect was in the residence. He took off running inside the residence and climbed up into the attic. The deputies, of course, gave chase to him. Once he got up in the attic, there were shots fired from the attic at the office, at the deputies, and so upon that, Albany Police Department arrived on the scene, as well as Dougherty County Police Department, to render assistance. And we were out here for a couple of hours, thanks to our wonderful negotiation team from the police department. They were able to have conversation with the individual. No one was hurt seriously. We were able to get the SWAT team involved. We put our drone inside the residence to try and locate the suspect. Once the drone located the suspect, the drone was disabled by the suspect, and our SWAT team were able to put in some flashbangs, and in a matter of minutes, the subject was, he surrendered, and he was taken into custody without incident. So I would like to definitely thank Chief Pursley and Albany Police Department, Chief Kenny Johnson, and the Dougherty County Police Department, Albany Fire Department, Dougherty County EMS, and our Special Investigation Unit for the wonderful work that they did, the response time, and none of our officers got seriously hurt, so we're excited about that, but we're more excited that we got an individual that needs to be taken off the street.
You mentioned that no one was seriously hurt. Were there any injuries, if at all, and then what were those injuries?
One of my deputies received a laceration to the finger from glass cut, but other than that, everything's good.
You mentioned that the suspect was able to disable the drone. How do you believe he was able to do that?
I think he just hit it with something to knock it down, because the drone actually had a camera that was videoing his movement in the residence.
What was the negotiation process like?
It was very intense. Captain Whitlock did an outstanding job with his team from Albany Police Department and talking to the individual, keeping that open line of communication. As a matter of fact, Captain Whitlock is, I believe, is headed to the hospital and also to the Sheriff's Office to be there with the suspect, because as a friendly face, because this is a person that he actually surrendered, everything to. So we're glad that our hostage negotiation team from Albany Police Department and Dougherty County Police were able to really do a very good job in talking this individual down.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Yes, sir.
Well, that is all we have here. Like we said, the suspect is currently in custody after barricading himself. It was about 2 hours that we were out here. The sheriff's office out here even longer dealing with it. But finally, after being able to break through, like you heard Sheriff said, the suspect is in custody.
Okay, now, James, thank you so much for that. And just tell me a little bit about what the scene was like that you saw while you were out there. Like you said, you were out there for about 2 hours.
Yeah, Mac, the scene was absolutely crazy. When me and my photog arrived on scene, there were cop cars everywhere. The entire Roosevelt Avenue was blocked off down to Jordan Street. Multiple entrance points were blocked off. You really could not access this neighborhood. Across this neighborhood, and people were just emerging from their houses, trying to come on scene, trying to figure out what was happening. Everyone was just as curious like I was to figure out what was going on, how long was this going to take, and it was just, like I said, a crazy scene, a crazy atmosphere. I'd never been a part of anything like this before in my life, so definitely a new experience for me, and it was just crazy atmosphere, Mac.
Gotcha. So let's just talk a little bit about the lead agency. Is the investigation still ongoing? Who is the GBI going to be called in? Anyone, federal agency, is anyone stepping in this investigation?
Mac, I believe that's a question better suited for the sheriff right here. Question was, is the investigation still ongoing? With GBI going to get involved? How is the next steps in the investigation process look?
He was taken to Dougherty County Jail to be detoxed, and now he's en route to Phoebe Hospital for some medical assistance, and then he will be taken to Dougherty County Sheriff's Office for further investigation.
What were the warrants served originally for?
They're from a domestic from yesterday that he had, but he also had about 13 other warrants that were on the books for him.
And again, is GBI going to get involved in this process at all, or is this going to stay in the county?
It's going to stay in the county. GBI is not going to be involved in this process.
All right. Well, there you guys heard it here first. This will all stay in the county. GBI will not be a part of this process, Mac.
All right, well, thank you so much, James, for staying on top of this developing story. As always, viewers, we will continue to keep you updated online and on air as this story continues to develop. So just make sure you stay tuned to our newscast. We have WALB News 10 at 10 coming up, which is our digital-only special. And then we have WALB News 10 at 11 tonight. And, of course, TIG will probably have some more on this as well. So thank you so much for watching. And, of course, we'll keep you updated.